Good morning. uh, I thought I'd share today um, how I came to the practice of pranic healing. So, um, in 2011, when I was in college, um, a funny thing happened. So, I had been struggling with my weight and issues of self-worth and um, a lot of difficulty in life generally. I was living in my dad's apartment kitchen on a bed, and I was going to college full time. I was working 2 part-time jobs. Um, and I kind of, at that moment, I had hit all the goals I had for myself. So I used to be a smoker. Um, I quit smoking. I really focused on my health. Um, my physical fitness was at its peak. In school, I was doing great, magna cum laude, top of my class. And one day, I got hit with this earth-shattering depression. And I didn't know what to do. Because I looked around at my life and there wasn't anything left to change. And then I started looking into herbal remedies to help with this situation. And I came across an herb called Kratom. I'm gonna just begin by saying I do not recommend the substance, and I'll tell you why. The way it was marketed back in 2011 was as a natural antidepressant that also had pain relieving and energizing properties. And I've worked in the natural herbal healthcare space for a long time, and I've tried many different herbs. And in my view, because it was a leaf, there was no way it had any potential dangers. And I was being pretty naive. So I took it, and, I felt immediate relief. My mood lifted. My body felt amazing. And I used it 3 times over the course of 3 days. And when I ran out, that's when the trouble started. So I started to experience sweats, anxiety. The depression that I had came back times a million. And then it occurred to me, look a little deeper into the substance. I found out that not only does it function as an antidepressant, it also functions as an opiate, and it functions as a stimulant and an immune boosting compound. And people use it to support their withdrawal from heroin, which really put the fear of God in me in that moment. And unfortunately, the things that were surfacing started to be masked by the substance, and I used that for the better part of a decade. And I tried everything you could think of to combat it, just brute force willpower, white knuckling it, taking weeks off at a time to go through the terrible withdrawal symptoms that last about 2 weeks. And none of it worked. And I got to that point of just desperation where I will try anything. I don't care. If it works, it works. And I ran into Abraham Hicks, Your Thoughts Create Your Reality, Wayne Dyer. I ran into Sri M and started practicing Kriya Yoga. I had many different experiences in that practice, and I continued and I continued and I continued, and still, you know, I would find more peace and calm in my life, but I just couldn't seem to get away from this substance. It wasn't until I went to an expo in my area for holistic healing and ran into Pranic Healing. And I had done something called the meditation on twin hearts, a meditation that I now do daily. And that meditation, in essence, is it connects your heart chakra. It opens up that space, connects your crown chakra, opens up that space, allows you to bless the earth, all beings in it, and also receive blessings and healing yourself. So that practice and the intuitive guidance I received to show up at this expo and connect with Pranic Healing really changed the course of my life. I received one healing, one Pranic Healing session. The following week, I quit completely, no issues. You know, the withdrawal symptoms were there as they were every other time, but the underlying nature, the structure that was there was gone, and I was able to get movement. And shortly thereafter, I received a promotion at my work. I began teaching meditation classes. My life expanded. Someone who spent all of his time on a couch playing video games was now, you know, working in metaphysical stores, working full time, meeting people, creating Facebook groups. My life expanded incredibly. And I pinpointed to that one event, knowing everything else that I've ever tried to throw at this. And I can tell you I tried everything. So I am a firm proponent and believer in Pranic Healing. It's far beyond I mean, it's a thing that you really just kind of need to experience for yourself to have any kind of semblance of what it can do for you. But in my life, in the life of others who have connected with this practice, it's been rocket fuel for their life. It gets all the roadblocks out of the way and you can just proceed. So, yeah, I wanted to keep this video at about 10 minutes. So I can go on forever. So I am a practicing Pranic Healer. If you would like to see what Pranic Healing can do for you, you can reach out. It's not terribly expensive. We do this mostly as a service. So please reach out and connect if you're suffering in any way or anyone you know is suffering in any way. There may be some underlying things that are not visible on the surface. All right. With that, I wish you a great day. I'm going to drink my coffee and hang out with the birds. All right. Bye-bye.